Hey
Hello,
guys. Third time's a charm.
Yep. See, we were just running a little too hot.
And as much as you love our voices, I'm sure the last thing you need is a whole lot of
Us.
yelling. Oh my God.
A whole bunch of us in your face, in your ears.
I mean, I like us.
But
who am I?
I think we're kind of hot. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but we are hot.
After a full work day today, we are treating you guys to a really fun topic. We want to hear your opinion about it on all our social media.
Twitter. I hear some tweeting.
Tweeting is afoot. Probably from upstairs.
Tweet.
We have some regional famous folks upstairs tweeting.
We do.
On the Facebook, or the metaverse as they're calling it now, which is super weird. But today we want to talk about what's going on with Twitter.
And what's wrong with it? What's really wrong?
Elon Musk.
That's what's wrong with it.
You want to know it's Elon Musk.
Really, that is what the problem is. I mean, I don't know why he decided he was going to decide to eliminate a lot of stuff that was making us feel safer.
Yeah, all the security things happening are really disconcerting to me because you go, okay, well, as IT folks that work with tech every day, you go, why would you remove security features?
Yeah.
From social media of all things. That's like just asking to get hacked or for users to get hacked and then lawsuits and...
Well, and, for the security sense and also for everyone's like mental health with him letting certain people who are bullies and racist to come back
on the app.
So the platform was starting to get better about monitoring the whole bullying and
fact checking, which to me is really paramount and important because I'm going to say something that hopefully my parents don't take incorrectly, but their generation is really sucky at understanding that social media is not a place to get your news from.
Yes. Fact check.
The fact checking thing was like paramount in the last couple elections. And I think that's something that is running rampant on the metaverse over on Facebook, more so than Twitter.
Yeah.
But it's almost like nobody seems to understand that what we learned in college. And I guess people that didn't go to college don't know this, but they teach us, all these skills for what's a correct news source and what's something that you can use in a paper.
Yeah.
If you can't use it in a paper, you shouldn't be using it to back up your opinions in real life, you guys.
That's right. And if you really want to have really messed up news reports, just get a tabloid.
Yeah.
My mom was huge on those. Like getting like the whole like Fred and Martha had
Gillian
an
Anderson.
alien
I was just
baby.
gonna say alien baby. Gillian Anderson gives birth to alien baby after seasons of hunting aliens on X-Files, and you're like, what?
I mean, come on. Like, and seeing those when you're standing in the grocery line, ready to like get out, and you're just like, oh my God, why would people believe this? And there are people that believe it.
And that collect them. Like,
and collect
stacks
them
in their house.
But, like, what really boggles my mind, and kind of a grind your gears section
yeah.
of our podcast, what really grinds my gears is the disconnect from when you're a child and having to be taught sportsmanlike conduct.
Yes.
Everyone has fairness. Everyone is
You don't
innocent.
have to like him, but you gotta be able to participate with the people.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's just like once we hit like high school, I feel like everything that we learned from like pee-wee football, soccer, all sports, when you're like in a group where it is gender neutral, you're playing with the boys and the girls, and then we have to separate when you hit middle school, high school.
Yeah.
And then that's when like the competitiveness hits. And I'm better than you. I'm better than you. and the bullying starts, and you're not as good as this person, so you need to try harder. And that's how it is with like social media. It's very much like
It's a keeping up with the Joneses thing.
Yes.
Where it's like, look, I'm happy and I have this wonderful husband and I have these wonderful children and my children are much more accomplished than your children and my house is prettier than... Like, who the fuck cares? Who cares? I don't care what your house looks like as long as it's good for you and you're happy and you want to share it with me. I'm going to tell you it's pretty.
Like, for my mental health, I keep my house clean. Just because
you have to.
Like, it's so therapeutic for me. If I see dirty dishes in the sink, I'm going to clean them. Or if
It makes me angry to see something dirty.
Yes.
And it fuels my anxiety and then makes me more depressed.
Like, for example, what I was telling her earlier when we went downstairs looking for something, I can't go into one room because I mentally shut down because of...
It's a nightmare.
The mess.
I mean, it's your typical basement at any office building where that's pretty much the dumping ground for all the excess nonsense that we don't know what to do with most of the year, but you still got to hold on to because it's like Christmas decorations.
Yeah. And it's like the dumping ground is like where I would just shut the door and never look at it again.
I never want to come back in this room.
And like my eyes are like closed when I throw something in and shut the door real quick, just so then I don't ensue in chaos.
And if you guys saw the rest of our office, you would see how neat and tidy we both are because it's pretty...
Yeah, it's very hard for me.
It screams OCD and clean.
To have a mess. And I'm pretty sure that we both have like undiagnosed ADHD.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's just 100%. A lot of stuff. Because like I just shut down with like a mess. And I think that like going back to our topic, like with Twitter, I don't get on Twitter as much because of the chaos.
It's become a hot mess, 100%.
I can't. Like that is one app that I've deleted because I don't want to go on there.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've never really understood the hype of Twitter. It's never been really my thing. I mean, we post our episodes there, and that's pretty much my interaction, other than sometimes you get on there because I am...
I mean, we were heavy Twitter people during the...
COVID. Yeah, 100%.
COVID, the Depp Heard trial.
Yes. We were on Twitter, there. Like, multiple times a day.
Refreshing it.
Which, you know, for, like, a news cycle purpose, I totally understand why you would, you know, use it. But, like, really, it's not, I don't know how to say it without sounding like a jerk, but
I know.
It was like the trendy thing to do for a while, and
it was.
I just never understood, especially when it was down to 140 characters, how the hell do you say anything in 140 characters? That's not enough room.
I mean, when Twitter first got introduced, I was in college, and I'm like, I don't know what to say on here.
No.
Like, what do I say? I can't really post pictures on here.
And it wasn't like Facebook at the time where you could write, like, you know, a novel.
And
add a photo or a GIF with it so that you've got, like, some...
So it was just like, what do I talk about? Like, do I, like, oh, I had a frustrating day, or, hey, this is how many BMs I had today. Like, what do I...
Had some tacos. Gonna shit later. Like, what do you... I don't know.
What am I supposed to put on this?
It's just, like, not enough room. And then 280 came, and I was, like, interested all of a sudden.
Well, and, like, the birth of hashtags. Like, that was where you did hashtags. Well, before it even started to become popular on any other platform.
You gotta respect the hashtag because it like separates the algorithm out and it helps direct you to things that you like. Now, one beef I have is, as a very much not Republican, and that's how we're gonna put it, to stay friendly to our Republican friends, why I'm getting updates on a daily basis on Lauren Boebert when she's not even my representative in my state on what she tweets. I don't know how to turn it off.
You're just in that algorithm.
I'm like, I'm working tech, and I don't know how the hell to get Lauren Boebert out of my notifications. I don't care. She's in Colorado. What Colorado does is none of my business unless
we're on opposite sides of the country.
Unless they're training murderers to kill people that live specifically in Ohio. You know, I don't really care. I mean, I wish them well and all that, but like, you know, you go, okay. So this person gets to help run that state some more. She's basically like trailer trash Barbie.
Yeah. And again,
Cute. No
bullying.
thanks. Oh my God.
Bullying.
Well, and then somebody that's so openly anti-gay coming out and saying that she feels bad for the Colorado shooting that happened at that club.
Yeah.
And you go, you know,
Do you really? Do you really?
even if she doesn't, I realize as a politician in that state, she has to say something.
Yeah.
And it has to be something that sounds like she's sad about it. I would rather hear people that don't agree with something just not say anything.
Yeah.
And that's
I
as
mean,
a completely straight white girl. I don't want to hear someone saying,
because it's full of bullshit.
yeah,
You know that
it's a PR move.
It is smoke coming out of their ass, and
Smoking Mia's.
yeah, like I understand politicians need to be, and of course that we're not a political podcast.
Not at all. But
But
they need to shut up and work more.
Yeah.
Just on a grand scale, no matter what side party line you're on.
Like, I
shut up and work.
understand that you need to throw out the PR because you need to keep everybody like on your side. But really, the people who are not on your side already know that you're not on their side. So why would you throw something out there?
The other thing is, I hear a lot of Republicans that I'm friends with say something along the lines of, I don't care what, let's say, Jennifer Lawrence thinks on politics. Well, you can apply that to politicians. I don't care what the other side thinks.
Yeah.
I don't care. Unless you're
That's
trying
what
to
they
get...
do during their campaign.
Yeah, unless
They don't care.
you're campaigning openly, shut up and work. Because they're always out talking and doing stupid shit. I don't care about rallies and all that other crap. Go and sit in Congress and vote on shit we care about.
Yes.
And if you're going to walk around and talk to constituents, actually ask us what we want you to do. Don't just assume because you have the job that you can make decisions based on what we think when, a lot of the more recent decisions that have happened in the last couple of years that they've, either passed or denied could have really helped a lot of Americans. And they're going on party lines and how that makes them look versus what's actually best for the American people.
Like,
when we don't agree with decisions by like a 70 to 80% margin, you're not doing your job and listening.
But what's so funny is that it all comes back to social media.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
our past president
is now back on Twitter.
Who is now back on Twitter.
Well, he's allowed back, but from what I understand, he said absolutely not because he's got that other social media.
Because he's got that like trust or truth, whatever it is.
Truth Social, is that
something,
right?
I don't know.
Let us know if you guys know in the comments, just because we don't do it, so I don't know.
Yeah. But it became such a social media frenzy that now all of our politics have been literally drenched in social media. So they're just trying.
They're trying to piss you off in 280 characters.
To get that social media status.
You got it.
Where they're not thinking about
I'm a big star on Metaverse. Great.
Yeah. Like, oh, my points are higher because I was on TikTok and did a dance. Awesome. I'm going to continue to do TikToks.
How about instead of doing TikTok dances, actually work for the people you're supposed to be working for? That's my whole point. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on.
What's really sad is that I miss old politicians.
Yeah.
I
old
miss
school ones like John McCain who would
who you saw like
care.
In the news report, and in other news, John McCain was out there scooping up shit off the freeway from a horse. Something like that.
Where they're actually making a difference to the common human that lives in this country.
Not be like getting on your Instagram live and talking about all this stuff that you want to do. I haven't seen it.
I think that also feeds into the keeping up with the Joneses. I think people like Elon Musk, who've never had to struggle for anything. I mean, his dad was rich.
Yeah.
He comes into this with a mostly failing company in Tesla. Let's be real. In the last couple of years, that stock has tanked hard, especially in the last couple of months with this whole purchase of Twitter, and he's distracted. He's not their CEO at Tesla anymore. He's not doing what he should be doing by them anymore. He's consumed, and part of the circus on Twitter nowadays is watching him burn out. To me, getting on there, the only reason I get on there anymore, other than to bolster our listenership of our own podcast is you get on there and go, what crazy shit did Elon say today?
Yeah.
And that's like 90% of it.
Or which blue tick Elon Musk is out
it?
there.
Right.
Is this the real one or is this
Since he
not?
got rid of the verification process, which is used by every single social media outlet, like literally known to man,
Yeah.
uses that process. And he's like, I could do it better. But he can't. He wants us to pay for it. But that doesn't prevent people from mimicking others.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of the verification process.
Exactly. And that's like, that's keeping people safe
Mm-hmm.
with having that.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Yeah.
Taking it from the office since we're still in the office, you know.
Right? But it blows my mind that just for like $8 you can.
But that's a month.
a month.
Think
which
about
is
how much that is a
very
year.
simple.
Which is like not, listen, I can afford that, okay? But
Yes,
as
and
a
you can
common,
have a blue
normal
tick.
person. But
You could.
why
be,
would I want more money to go in the pocket of a billionaire?
Yes.
I don't understand the thinking.
But yeah, like there are going to be so many people out there who are going to scam all of these people because they have a blue tick. So, for instance, if Johnny Depp 10 messages me and I'm just like, oh no, this is a scam. But he has a blue tick.
Is it really Johnny Depp?
Oh my God, he's going to send me
Is it a
money
burner
if I
account?
send him this. Yeah.
Well, and we'll talk about how this has already affected some real life business. There was, and I totally forget their name, but there was a medical company that makes, if I remember correct, insulin. And they got their blue check removed, and somebody else got their blue check, and they were talking about how they're going to remove insulin prices completely, which they should anyway.
They should.
But how they were taking it down to free. And that company lost like $600,000 in revenue in like 48 hours.
Exactly.
Because people were like, you said it was free. And it's already, that's within the first like 7 days of us having a new verification process on Twitter.
Well, and if you think about it, if they take it to the you know, to like a pharmacy and go, hey, but this is real.
It's verified.
This is verified.
It says right here in black and white.
And they're like, well, we have to follow we have to honor it.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to honor price matching.
That's crazy to me. And just to think on how it's affected one company. That's just one example of the thousands, millions of companies throughout the world that could be getting fucked over as a result of this new verification. The other thing is, as a tech person, that really concerns me, and we actually put an email out to our own users because it's very worrisome, but they're getting rid of multi-factor authentication. And so for those of you that aren't nerds, that means basically that you put in an email account or a phone number, and they either call, text, or email you a code when you log in from a new location.
Yep.
Just to keep you safe, to make sure that that's not somebody imitating you.
And if any of our listeners are not doing it,
do it.
do it.
You need to do it on everything that you got, especially your bank account and your personal emails.
Yes.
That's my tech tip of the day.
Yes. Like, that's going to be another corner.
Another tech tip of the day. But honestly, you guys, the two-factor authentication is only going to do stuff to keep you safe.
Yeah.
And they're keeping the multi-factor authentication via email. So if you could switch your phone number to that, they're getting rid of the phone number text multi-factor on Twitter, and that was announced a couple weeks ago. But you guys, if you want to see a hot mess, if you're into, and we know you are because you're messy like us, if you want to see the Elon Musk crazy, and hopefully he doesn't sue us because of this, because we mean well.
Fight me.
But it's what I also thought, oh my God, so part of his personal life is coming in. So you remember how we talked about during the Depp Heard trial, how him and Amber used to date, and he's got that daughter, and it's like widely rumored that was his sperm with her egg to make that baby. So to make an extremely long, crazy point very short, one of the first people he banned from Twitter was Amber Heard. Which I find very funny on so many levels. Elon, that was good. If you ever watch or listen to this, Nice.
Good job. Good job.
I'm here for that petty.
Is it because you caught her on CCTV taking a shit outside her apartment complex?
Did she poop on your bed too? Let's talk.
Did she make a grumpy?
Come on the
she do a
show. We'd
grumpy?
be more than willing to talk to you about your Twitter changes and anything you want.
I mean, let's
Anything you want.
just throw it out there. Blue tick and all. Let's go.
You could defend all the decisions you're making, and we would be open to hearing
Tell
all of it.
us all the nitty gritty about Amber Heard.
But I need to know, is that baby his?
I'm very curious. I think it is.
Because he's one of those people that's kind of like Nick Cannon, where like he would like to populate the world with his own children.
I mean,
I think he's already got like 6 or 7 kids. And we just know about the 2 with that girl Grimes.
Shit crackers.
And then that one possible one with Amber Heard. I don't know where the other ones are from. I mean, that's
Sperm
research.
bank. There's sperm bank
Surrogate
babies.
mamas.
Yep.
Whatever. Surrogacy is a great option.
Isn't that what Amber Heard did?
Surrogate?
Surrogate?
I think so. She didn't want to, wreck her banging body.
Oh yeah, and then
Since that's all she got.
Lost her Aqua man too.
Her face and her body is all she got because her personality's garbage, as we found out during that trial.
And takes grumpies everywhere.
Oh my God.
Clearly.
Well, I mean, listen, we've all peed outside of a bar.
Uh-huh.
At one time or another in our life. We've all peed somewhere we shouldn't have peed.
That wasn't in a toilet.
Okay, but that's like a
admit this.
desperation. I can't hold it anymore. We've got 5 more blocks to go, and there's a cement barrier. I'm gonna pee anyway.
Yeah. I'm not gonna take her.
Emergencies.
I'm not gonna take her grumpy outside.
I don't care how bad I have to shit. I'm not shitting outside in public.
No.
I would rather shit in my pants and stink until I got home than shit outside
Well,
where
apparently,
CCTV could catch me.
apparently she was wicked drunk that night and right outside.
You'd have to be. You'd have to be fucked up to shit outside. At least,
And
unless you're camping. Let's be real, you guys. That's not what we're talking about here. In the middle of the city.
Yeah, in the middle of the city, outside of an apartment complex. Come on,
Just go
guys.
inside the apartment complex and poop. They'll let you in.
Yeah, yeah.
And even if they don't, there's
I'm
got to be like
sure-
a Denny's or a McDonald's somewhere that's open
You know.
24/7. Come on, man.
Or a 7-Eleven. Come on.
Buy you an icy and go take a shit. Come on, Amber. Do better. Be better, honey. Just be
She
better.
is just a mess on wheels, and now she's worth nothing. Like
See-
a negative number.
I was judging him when he dated her, and then when he broke up with her, and then with this immediately kicking her off of Twitter when he started to own it, I was like, maybe he's not as crazy as I thought. Because when I
He's
saw
just
what he
mad.
named his kids with Grimes, I was like, maybe he is nuts. But, there's some redeeming qualities there.
Yeah.
He's actually starting to go, you know what? This person's kind of an idiot. I don't want them on my platform. I can respect that part of his decision-making skills. Like,
Yeah.
I used to love Kathy Griffin, but she's kind of gone off the deep end here
Has
recently.
she really? I haven't really been following her.
I think since she lost her mom, I think sometimes she's a bit more extreme than some people would like. I guess is the easy way to say it.
Okay.
And while my beliefs align with some of hers, I don't know that I would do some of the crazy ass stuff she's been doing lately. And he kicked her off for, as amusing as it is, pretending to be him with the verification process. I thought that part was
Why?
funny.
Oh, I bet there's a lot
Are
of
you
people.
upset with her because she pretended to be you?
I bet there's a lot of people that you took off of Twitter because they're pretending
Valerie
to be you.
Bertinelli was another one that used it, because what's funny is if, let's say, Wanda pretends to be Elon Musk and I retweet something of hers, it says, or she retweets something of mine, it says Elon Musk retweeted. And then, so if it's something he doesn't believe in, and she basically says, being gay is the only way to live or something, it says Elon Musk retweeted, being gay is the only way to live. And let's say he's very anti, Alphabet Mafia, and then you go, oh shit, we're misrepresenting who somebody is. And that, my friends, is why verification is important.
Yes.
That's it in a nutshell.
And I want to applaud every single person that was on the Twitter staff that decided to resign because they did not like
Yes.
the way he was, that he is starting to take Twitter down.
He basically said, it's my way or the highway. And they were like, we're going to get in the car and we're going to drive down the highway. You guys have a good day. Peace. And then he fired a few security people that he's since brought back.
Well, yeah, because now he's realizing that he kind of fucked up.
I thought that was funny. I think that in that moment, I hope that they just took him for as much money as he was willing to give.
Oh,
I hope it was
100%.
like, you know what? You need to give me another $100,000 a year. I hope they just
you want me back?
raked him over the coals there.
Here is the list of my demands if you want me back so bad.
Again, as a tech person, if your skills are valuable enough that after they fire you, they're like, you know what? We messed up. Can we bring you back on? You're going to ask for a significant something.
Oh, yeah.
Whether that's money or perks or whatever, you're going to go,
Both.
You know what? You need
Money
to do a little
and
bit more
perks.
for me. Because that was kind of shiesty.
Because, I mean, you can't... Yeah, I could just believe sitting in that boardroom, listening to the nonsense that is coming out of his mouth.
Well, because he's never owned anything tech related before. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's an idiot, because that's not it. But
could you just imagine it just like sitting there and just swaying, and you're just about ready to lose it, and just go, Mr. Musk, I honestly, the things that you are saying
don't make any sense.
doesn't make any sense, and it's going to ruin this company. And he's like, get out. You're like, okay, I'm just warning you.
Well, and the ones that left, before they left, about a week and a half ago, they posted, okay, so Twitter headquarters, which I didn't know before the story came out, it's like on the corner, and it's one of those square buildings, and they have like a rolling ticker, kind of like at the bottom of like if you watch like MSNBC or like even Fox
how
News
many
has
people are in the population, and like it keeps getting
well,
higher.
yeah, and
or
it like
lower.
does like, watch us in an hour because we're going to be talking to, Congresswoman, whatever. So that ticker at the bottom is kind of what they've got on the side of the building, and they can have like, tweets that come through from celebrities or whatever featured there. They basically were like, Elon Musk is, a piece of shit, and he sucks at this and he sucks at that, and like they literally like roasted him hard on the side of the Twitter headquarters.
Honestly, that's what I would do.
And walked out.
Like, I don't like burning bridges, but of course, I am a Sagittarius, so you're gonna burn your bridge before I burn my bridge. And I'm like, whatever, you burnt that bridge, we're no longer friends.
See, I'm a Cancer. I lit the fire on my end, and I just stand there and watch it burn and enjoy every minute.
Like, I just
if
enjoy.
you get me far enough, I'm very forgiving until that point, and then once I'm done, you're done.
I'm not. There is no second chance. I've been burnt way too many times. I'm just like, And it's like, if you burn one of my friends, you're dead to me.
You're dead to me.
You're dead.
So my brother, if you're listening to this, you're dead to her.
That's right. You're dead to me. I don't even know you, but you're dead to me. I'm that one that lights the match and throws it behind me, and it's just like...
Okay, so I'm going to ask
slow-mo style.
I need to hear from you and our listeners. There's always somebody with one name. There's always one name that immediately comes to your brain. And in my life, it applies to more than one person. And that name is the person that has fucked you over the most. Mine is my brother's first name, which I'm not going to say it because there's some other reasons why I'm not going to say it out loud. But those of you that know, you know. But everybody with that name seems to screw me over in one way or another. So it's unlucky. But, I mean, do you have a name that, like, immediately you're like, oh, that bitch or that asshole?
Larry!
Larry!
Because I know that he's not going to be watching my podcast.
That's Wanda's dad, for those of you that are keeping score here. My brother, her father.
He lit the match and set that multiple bridge, like the bridge was like crumbling, and like
we tried to rebuild it, yeah.
And then it crumbled again. It was kind of like London Bridge falling down. Well, then the last one.
That's what we have in common. You keep trying to rebuild the fucking bridge, and you can't.
I can't. I'm too tired.
Because the other side's just standing there eating a sandwich, watching you try to rebuild it. Like
you missed a spot.
I don't think I'm going to help.
You missed a spot.
That's on you.
Yeah. So, whoosh, boom, boom. Like, it exploded.
So I wonder if Elon's name is Amber. If it's just everybody named Amber is just a fucking dead to him going forward.
But what's really funny is that the love life, it's anybody with a J.
Which is weird.
It is weird.
That's weird to me. Knowing
Because
your love
you know.
life now,
You know.
that's weird.
You know.
See, I
You
dated a lot of
already
people.
know.
I dated a lot of people with the first name that starts with an M throughout my 10-year of dating.
A couple of M's
No, it
and
was-
a couple of S's.
It was 75% M, 25% other ones.
It was J's. It's been J's recently.
No, I don't hate
My
any
current
of the M's.
one, I adore.
I don't hate the M's. It's just weird, right? That 75% of my dating history has been
It
an
is.
M name.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'll just be like standing in the shower and I'm just like, why is it always J's?
I don't know. I don't know, but we have a J in common that we both have that annoys both of us when we hear the name. Which is unfortunate because that's really only one person that's ruined that name for everybody with that name. Some people would say, oh gosh, I know one. My sister-in-law's name.
Insert that the circle, the blue circle, just going.
Her Wanda's brain is going ding 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 ding. Tammy's like, I got a whole list. Who do you want? I got them all on this here list.
Insert the sound bit of the
hamster wheel, and then the hamster's dead.
or the dial up.
That's totally my brain most days. But yeah, with cancers, we don't forget. And once you're outside of the shell, you're on our list. So
See, and that's where we get along, because it's like once it's done. Like, we gave you a chance.
You can try to come back, and I'll be nice to you, but it's never going to be the same.
Yeah, like you were in that inner circle. Now you've been kicked out of the inner circle, but you're still close enough that you're just like, okay, all right. But then when you really fuck up, you're out in
Bufu Egypt forever.
Yeah, you're in Eskimo City.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I have family members that have like tried to redeem themselves, but it's just never going to be the same. And I find myself when they talk to me going off in my own little world and just pretending I'm listening.
Yeah.
I don't know if that happens with you.
The problem with mine is, like, I know that they did me dirty. And of course, they're trying to pretend that everything is okay.
Oh, I hate that.
And you're just like going back, and it's like a dwarf in the mind, just ding, 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 ding. And you're like, oh my God, I really want to say something. Oh, cool. All right, goodbye. Oh my God.
Yeah. You get in the car and you're driving home and you're like,
screaming at the top of your lungs.
God.
Just going, why the fuck did I spend 20 minutes talking to this person I did not want to talk to?
That happens to me at work quite frequently too.
A lot.
I always seem to run into the one person I'm trying to avoid every time I'm physically in this building, because we do like hybrid work, so I'm not here every day physically, and I feel like, you know, you can avoid people when you work from home on those days, but the days you have to physically be here, you're like, okay, I don't want to see, you know, person XYZ. And then that's the first person that you like walk.
Well, what's really annoying is, like, for me, like, if someone, like for instance, someone hurting you,
Mm-hmm.
I have such a hard time seeing them, because I want to defend you in every way, shape, or form. But I'm just like, I'm the secondhand person that heard this. I wasn't the person involved, so I've got to give this person a chance. But
you don't want to.
I don't want to.
I'm like that with my sister-in-law. I understand.
This is why I'm a fire sign, because I'm just on fire all the time.
See, I have one sister-in-law I love dearly. Hi, Judy, if you're listening. She's great. My husband's brother's wife, she is just the coolest human. She's got that snarky sense of humor I have. So, like, when we're together, you know, we're never going to be, like, probably best friends ever, but, like, she just cracks me up. I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like an eye roll between the two of us, and we just have that thing.
Yeah.
My other sister-in-law just tried to wedge herself in every way in between me and my sibling, and successfully. For those of you that know the whole deal, and someday we'll do a whole episode so that's more in depth than that. But she just wedged her ass right there, So, and I'm gonna say her name because I don't give a fuck. But Angel, if you're listening, your name makes me want to punch babies when I hear it on anybody.
Oh.
Anybody named Angel that I know, with the
Yes.
exception of a really nice girl from high school that I was friends
They-
with, have always been a bitch or a
Yeah.
stripper. Which, you know, if you strip, great, that's cool, make your money. But like, you know,
No,
it
that's
seems like
actually
that's
that was the name of the person who invaded my privacy and kicked
shut
me out.
up.
Yeah.
So we both hate that name.
Oh, I hate it.
We're just
I
learning
hate it
all
with a
these
goddamn
things about
passion.
each other today. It's
Like,
great.
I want to drop kick and crush her face in.
Well, her full name is Angelique.
No, hers is
Like
just Angel.
from Dark Shadows, for those of you that are old enough to know what that show is. Hi, Mom. I know you're listening to that part. She loves Dark Shadows. She actually has been on my Amazon Prime account watching Dark Shadows from her tablet. I know. I see you, Mom. See, and this, friends, is why you only share your streaming accounts with family.
Yes.
Because they watch weird stuff, and if you don't love them a whole bunch, it
You
gets,
get to
it
see
gets
that.
funky. It gets funky. My stepdaughter and her husband are on our Hulu, which is fine. And she watches mostly normal stuff, but she's like obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And
you
so
see that
when
a
I
lot.
see Buffy come up, I'm like, "Hi, Kayla," and I like wave at the TV. And she likes American Horror Story, which is fine. It's not my thing, but when I see
Yeah.
it, I'm like, "Oh, Ryan Murphy show."
What
Hi,
is
Kayla.
what is really funny is that me and my guy, we have the same likes, and of course both
That's
of
important.
us like it's very funny. What the shows that we watch and the interests that we have, it is uncanny. It's like
Except for Lord of the Rings.
except for Lord of the Rings.
I'm looking at you, dude. I see you.
He's got to get into a mood. He's got to be in a mood.
I
for it.
understand.
It's just not all the time. Like
Fantasy
me.
is kind of difficult if you're not a fantasy person to like
Yes.
just jump into.
Yes.
I get it.
It's very hard. But both of us have been in the mood for cults. Like we've been watching a lot of stuff about cults. Which, of course, The Vow is he just finished The Vow. And really
That's not the one about the creepy guy that wanted to populate the earth with his sperm and was
no.
like the gynecologist and he's
No,
putting his
not
sperm
that
in
one.
like hundreds of baby
No.
mamas.
This one was the Keith Raniere who had the sex
Oh,
cult and like
yes.
branded people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
That one's messed up.
I got my man into it. It's got a second season to it.
I highly recommend. I watched the whole first season with her. I'm telling you, if you want to watch something
Dude,
messed up.
I saw Way Down has a part 2.
Oh my God.
I know.
I don't know if I can handle more of that one.
Hair to Jesus, man.
From
From here to the hair of Jesus.
my hair to the hair of Jesus.
Yeah, but we get into those like I am just so fascinated on how people could, because like they had a term for it, but I kind of call it the herd effect, not Amber Heard, but like herding,
Yeah.
because like you kind
Like
of
herd
follow,
mentality.
yeah,
Kind of deal.
like you kind of follow it, and they kind of talk about it in not The Vow. We've watched so many the last couple of days.
Which one was it?
Which one was it? I think it was Heaven's Gate because we just finished Heaven's Gate.
Okay.
Which that was all fucked up altogether. Could you imagine them on Twitter?
No.
Could you imagine half of these cults back in the 70s if they had access to like Twitter?
They would have a lot more people drinking the Kool-Aid, that's for sure.
I was mind blown. Like, not really mind blown, but starting to put some puzzle pieces together. And again, we're not a political podcast.
We vote for the best person for the job.
But our former president used to talk to people in NXIVM.
No way.
Used to talk to Keith Raniere. So, hear me out. This is like an Illuminati effect here, guys.
Here we go. I'm ready.
What if a lot of his campaign, he got taught by Keith? That's why we have so many Trumplicans.
And herd mentality, I love that you brought that up towards the end of this episode because herd mentality, I feel like, has taken a weird twist with social media
Yes.
where, based on what you like, that kind of creates your own algorithm and what you see,
Yes.
and it dictates like what things you're seeing on
Yeah.
any social media, whether it's TikTok or Facebook or even Twitter itself. It's who you like and interact with that dictates what you do and don't see. And it's fucking crazy how many herd mentality people are created as a result of what their friends are posting.
And in one of these documentaries that we were watching, they actually showed they were doing a theory in the 70s, like when these cults were starting to really take flight. It was like cult season in the 70s. Because, they're all about free love, and I don't know what religion I want to be in, so I want to try all these new things, blah, blah, blah.
They were very into, like, Hindu-y and hippie.
Yeah,
and
because
like,
they wanted to try something that was out of the social norm. That's why a
outside
lot
of
of, like,
Christianity
Catholics,
and-
Christianity, Judaism, they all they wanted to get away from the social norm religion and try those religions. That's why you saw Hinduism and Buddhas and
Kabbalah was one of the things that recently came out.
And that's when we saw a lot of cult-like things. But they did a college experiment where these people were sitting in a room, and there was only one person who didn't know about this test. Everyone else did. And when they would show something, people would say the wrong answer, and the person who had like no idea about this test started to sway and agree with the group.
Even if they knew the answer was wrong?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's so crazy.
So I'm just like, oh my God, that's a herd effect. I was just like, I don't even know if that is a theory. Like, I don't even know if that is a term for it, but that's how I see it.
I mean, that's basically peer pressure in a nutshell. That whole study.
Yes. So that's why they said that it's so easy. Even if you are the smartest person alive and you know that it's wrong, it kind of affects you socially.
Right.
So that's why they said a lot of people in cults are smart, wealthy people that just don't.
They feel trapped their whole lives, I think, and then they find this like new freedom with this group. And do you think that maybe that's the whole Elon Musk thing, is he felt trapped at Tesla and he felt like, you know what, I think I'm going to try something different and
he's
throw my
trying
hat in the
to
ring.
cause a herd effect now.
Now
everyone needs to follow him this way.
The one question I have about this is he actually buying it, or did he buy it to actually run it, or did he buy it to control a piece of the media so that it's swaying for him and what his beliefs are?
Exactly.
Or
and
is he buying it to crash it?
No, I think he's trying to sway it to his own opinion.
Dude, I agree.
I
agree.
Because as we stated earlier in this episode, is that social media has really swayed a lot of political ideas.
Now, I don't know 100% what he believes politically, because, again, I don't really pay attention other than the crazy, hey, we're going to do a poll. Should we let, ex-President Trump on Twitter?
Yeah.
Like, and why are we making business decisions based on voting polls on your own social media? I just found that so weird. If you want to reinstate him, do it. If you don't.
Yeah.
Why are you asking? And I guess, is that going to be how we determine due process in politics going forward? Is it going to be a Twitter poll?
I feel like they're just going to be like, can you just see it in the judicial system? All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, get out those pads that are underneath your chairs right there. Now you can either press A for guilty or B, not guilty. Let's go back to the screen and see the play-by-play of what happened during this trial. Get brief, cut-up synopsis.
Do they pay somebody, like a model, to stand there and Vanna White that shit?
Yeah, ooh. As you can see.
Have it. 70%, yes.
Yeah, what? What?
Now, I've always thought, and this
Or
is something
an
that
executioner, like you
Oh,
see
God.
like the social media up and you see like all these angry emojis come up. They're just like, oh,
It's
nope,
like
this
the-
is bad. We can't execute
the
this
new
person.
Anne Boleyn experience. Have you seen Anne Boleyn? Yes, I'm gonna eat chips and watch an execution. Oh my God, let's cuddle, babe, and we're gonna watch somebody get executed. And you see all the angry people go, kill her!
And
She
you just
deserves
see
it."
on the feed like thumbs up, saying you see like sad
Hearts.
emojis, hearts, angry emojis.
the blood
see-
splatters on the camera.
You see King.
King Henry VIII.
You see King
Sitting
Henry
like
VIII
this.
is watching, like it pops up. It says King Henry VIII watching.
Oh my God.
Again, social media. What the fuck?
Oh, what is this? What is it? I don't
Where
know.
you like had to be in like the town square to hear the town crier give out all of these tabloids. Now it's just at your fingertips.
It's that, and you know what? What really bothers me about this like huge boom in social media, because we all use it, we're on it every day. That's
Yeah.
just what it is. But
It is.
you know, you go, okay, well, it was originally created to connect with people, and
Now it's gotten out of hand.
it's out of hand. But like, I always wanted to vote online, but I didn't want to vote online like this.
Yeah.
Do you know? Because I always thought, you know, as a tech person, it should be easy enough to just set up an encrypted website. People log in, they have their multi-factor authentication. It would stump a lot of boomers, though, which would be the problem, you know.
they'd
But
be
give them
putting,
the
like,
in-person
the
still.
old 1, 2, 3.
Oh, God.
Could you just see the passwords in olden times?
Trump 2024.
But
Can you imagine?
Like now my head is stuck in like if social media was in medieval times.
Oh, my God. That's a whole nother episode, dude. Social media in medieval
Like,
times.
could you just imagine, like, people who are going to, like, Shakespeare plays, holding up a phone or, like, so, like, a
We
thing,
are the champions.
and doing this, and you see, like, an usher just come by and go, like, thou must not have out his cell phone if...
Cell phone is your cellular devices.
Ye calling device or something.
Ye old
They-
movie phone.
thou must not have it out. Record device.
Recording. It's all bumpy because they're trying to get the power to it because it's medieval times. So they're like,
see, like, ye go on. Could you
watch
go
it.
on the ye old YouTube?
it looks like Shakespeare's actors are having a stroke on it because it's they had to shake it to record it. They're like, oh, that would be the best.
Guys,
thing.
we can't make this up. This
Straight
is what
from
would.
the minds of Tammy
This
Wada.
would just. Somebody make that into a movie, please.
We need to see it. We'll consult Elon if you know people. You hook us
Oh
up,
my
buddy.
god! And Twitter is just the Ravens from
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Oh look, I got a raven.
Cersei Lannister is not sleeping with Robert Baratheon any longer. Those children are not his.
Could you just see like someone sending out mad tweets and you just see like 10 ravens going out?
Cersei's like, I'm gonna burn you all. Don't go to the sept. Don't go to the sept. Drinking wine.
Hashtag
Looking out the
drinking wine.
window.
Draws a cup emoji.
Hashtag girl boss. Hashtag queen forever. That would be the best thing ever.
Oh my god. Like-
Hashtag burn in hell, Robert. Marjorie, we'll
Hashtag
see you soon.
Not the real dad. Hashtag call Mari. Whoever that is.
Call Maury. Or Ricky Lake.
Oh shit. Oh, in Instagram you just see flying pictures. Someone was just painting like really fast, gave it to a raven and showed it. And you just see people with like thumbs up.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Did you like that painting? I liked it.
Martha, did you even like the painting? It was you.
I didn't see it. I wasn't on social media a lot today.
I wasn't out in the town square when you posted it.
I had stuff to do. I was working.
Who are you?
I don't even know you anymore. You're always in the town square. The town squareth. On that note, you guys, we'll see you next week.
This is living in my head rent free. Bye.
Bye.